Welcome back to the Crypto Report. I'm Black and I have another video for you guys. Today, I want to talk about Crypto.com CRO, give you guys my opinion on where I think we could be headed here. Some huge new partnerships with Crypto.com. Where's CRO going to go? Are we going to go to the moon or are we going to go to zero? We're going to talk about that right now. So without further ado, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's hop in this video. So guys, first things first, you can follow me at Crypto Twitter on 333 BlackC. That's my username. We are on day 62 of proposing Crypto.com market buyback and burn CRO with a percentage of quarterly profits. Guys, I will not stop this proposal. I will keep doing this until the CRO fam gets what they deserve and we start this conversation with Crypto.com, Chris Marszalek, and the Cronos ecosystem and team as a whole, guys. I will not stop this. Reward the CRO fam and the Cronos community. Let's start this conversation. You know, I know this is a big ask. I know it's a big ask. But what isn't a big ask is just to start this conversation, to talk about how are we going to come together in CROFAM and the Cronos community. How are we going to come together and drive speculation into the Cronos ecosystem, and how are we going to drive speculation on the CROcoin price? Because no matter what anybody tells you, some people will try to say, oh, the price doesn't matter, the price doesn't matter. Guys, no, the price is the only thing that matters, and I'll be completely honest with you. That's what will make or break an ecosystem. If the price is going up, more users will come there. More volume will come there. It's as simple as that, guys. And I know that some people may be dissuaded by that or think that, oh, you only care about money, like this is about technology. Guys, when the price is going up, that's when there's success with a product and a business. It's as simple as that. So let's dive a little bit deeper here, guys. We'll look at the CROcoin chart right now. CROcoin is sitting at a very stable level above 0.0830 cent level. We've been trading it for weeks, guys. We've been trading it for weeks. We've been trading it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks, about 2 months. Just chopping around. That's what Bitcoin's doing. We'll take a look at Bitcoin towards the later end of this video as well, because we need to be paying attention to what Bitcoin's doing. If Bitcoin decides to make a big move, you're going to see all the altcoins, your favorite altcoins, including CROcoin, make a big move along with it. So it's very important we're paying attention to Bitcoin as well. But as of right now, as long as we hold above this 0.0830 cent level, I'm not that worried. I'm really not that worried. This is a very important, strong support, okay? If we trade sideways here, and guys, I will say, we are coming up on a monthly candle close for Bitcoin, really, which will somewhat initiate some sort of volatility, in my opinion, which is closing very shortly here. I'm prepared for a little bit of volatility. I don't think that we are going to sell and break through here, but if we do break through here, if Bitcoin doesn't want to play nice, then we do expect to come down here and touch this blue line at about 0.0689 cents, which we traded at for a long time, guys, back here in basically January of 2023 all the way until May 2023. So a few months of basically riding that support level until we finally broke down. But honestly, we're holding up well at 0.0830 cents level. And guys, there are some very interesting things happening with Crypto.com right now. We see Crypto.com partnering with PayPal. This is very important. Now, I do want to emphasize, I have to touch on it because as I talk more about Crypto.com, I want you guys to know, yes, there is a difference between Crypto.com and CROcoin. And there's a difference between Crypto.com and Cronos Labs. Cronos Labs owns CROcoin. CROcoin is Cronos Labs. Crypto.com has actively tried to distance themselves from CROcoin. That being said, if Crypto.com hypothetically is very successful, which, guys, the amount of partnerships they get, and they're becoming more and more of a household name. They sponsor UFC, they sponsor the World Cup, they sponsor F1, they have their own Staples Center arena, they bought it, now it's a Crypto.com arena. They own so many partnerships, and they're becoming a household name. And the thought process is, if Crypto.com does well and becomes a household name, CROcoin will do well. That's not necessarily a black and white case where, okay, if this happens, then this will happen. But I understand the thought process. But there's just a little caveat you need to know, is that Crypto.com has distanced themselves from CROcoin. You still need CROcoin to stake and lock up for your Crypto.com Visa card, but They've distanced themselves a little bit, and make your own opinion on that you will. I'm a little bit worried about it, but I don't think it's the end of the world just yet. I know a lot of people argue and say, well, Black Sea, they're worried about regulation. They're worried about the SEC coming after them. They're the number one regulated exchange in the world. And I say, yes, I agree with that. I agree with that. But the price matters, guys. The CRO coin price matters. As much as you don't want to believe that, it's just the truth. It matters. And distancing yourself from the community, the Cronos community, and distancing yourself from one of your products, one of your main products that a lot of people can garner a lot of social equity, we'll call it, and be able to attack your company is a dangerous game to play. And maybe I've heard some people say, oh, no, we should be looking at it further down the road now because they're worried about, we should be waiting for regulation before Crypto.com really buddies back up with CROcoin. That's a big if and then. That's a big if. It's a big if in my opinion. But that being said, guys, I am a big CROcoin bull. I have hundreds of thousands of CROcoin. Let me know in the comment section below, how much CROcoin are you holding? Do you believe that Crypto.com will partner back up with Cronos Labs and CROcoin and start to really push their coin? Let me know in the comment section below. When we look at the overall Cronos ecosystem right now, we are seeing a little bit of love back in the meme coins. I like to see that. Crow with Knife is down below 30 million again, but we've been trading around for a while here. Mystery, Mary, I love to see it over 4 million. I think last time I checked it was about $3 million. You know, that's another thing. Getting Mary listed on the Crypto.com app. That's something we need to see. That's what the Crow fam really deserves to see. And yeah, sure, I'm a little biased. I hold some Mary, but you can't post a video on your Crypto.com app with the Mary icon on it and say trade so many coins on our app. You know, it's not list the coin. I think maybe I see some people speculating, saying, oh, they're waiting for the right time. We'll have to see. Maybe it was a big mistake from an intern. That's very possible. That's very, very possible. A large company, lots of employees, not all on the same bandwidth and really of what's really going on in their ecosystem. It's possible. But I think that Mystery does deserve to be listed on CDC. Reward the Cronos ecosystem and the Chrono fam, the Cronos community for supporting your products and basically driving volume and trading fees to your platform, in my opinion. And if you do want to trade lots of these meme coins and take advantage of it, you want to do some leverage trading, check out some fantastic links down below this video in the description box, as well as in the pinned comment. You can leverage trade on many, many meme coins on Blowfin. All you have to do is click this link, deposit, trade a little bit, get up to $5,000 in sign-on bonus, as well as on Femex, we have a $4,100 sign-on bonus. But I will be honest, there's a lot more meme coins to be traded on Blowfin, so check that out. So, where is Bitcoin right now? What is going on in the overall market? We're coming to a monthly close. What does this mean for CROcoin? Bitcoin is trading at $59,200. Break even right now is recording of this video on the day. Bitcoin dominance trading at 56.20% when you exclude stablecoins, 58.2%. Bitcoin dominance still coming down. It's chopping, but it's still coming down. Like I predicted, guys, I said that I believe that Bitcoin dominance is topped out until we see that big impulse wave either breaking out above or below the channel we're trading in on Bitcoin, above 72,000 or below basically $54,000, give or take 1,000 on each end. But until that happens, I think Bitcoin dominance continues to rally down. We see some of this liquidity move into these altcoins. You know, the overall sentiment right now in the space is almost like the bear market. We've been trading sideways for so long. People are bored. People are capitulating because they're like, I'm done with this. I could have made more money in the stock market. And crypto Twitter has basically become stock Twitter. People are posting the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ, and I'm guilty of it as well. I trade stocks. I like to show what's going on because, honestly, ever since Bitcoin got all these spot ETFs, it is kind of trading somewhat like a stock, so it is important to be paying attention to the overall market, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ. It is important, especially when there's not much going on in the cryptocurrency space. But I do want to take a look at here the Bitcoin monthly returns because September is usually a very bearish month, guys, and, well, August has been bearish, and we've seen in the past in 2022, bearish August, bearish September. We've seen in 2019, bearish August, bearish September. We've seen that play out. I do think that there's a world where that happens here. But I do think that a lot of people are saying, hey, October, November, December, these are the months leading into the end of the year. We should be seeing some rallying. We should be seeing some Bitcoin bull market action. I think it's possible. I think it's probable. And I do think that if everyone thinks it's going to happen, it's not going to happen. I do think that a lot of people are saying September is going to be bearish. I think September will be bearish. But I do think that not the entirety of September. I think leading into October, so maybe halfway through September, we're going to start to see some big moves. That's my opinion. If you look at some of the technicals on Bitcoin, we'll take a look at that shortly. It's starting to shape up to say, okay, we're probably going to see a big move in the later half of September. Whether that's to the upside or the downside, time will tell. But I'm leaning more towards the bullish end. It might be swift, so we're going to have to be keeping our eyes on that. So let's take a look at Bitcoin. We're looking at the weekly right now. And if we were to draw out to, say, mid-September, that brings us to about here, about 2, 3 more weekly candle closures. We're starting to see this curl up here. We have a weekly candle closure in 2 days and 2 hours. If we can close above, say, $60,000, $61,000, $60,500 to be very precise, we want to be very, very close, then I'm going to say, okay, it's a bullish trend. We're going to start making our way to the top of this channel. But right now we are trading at $59,000, guys. And yes, Bitcoin can swing $1,000, $2,000 moves in a split second, but we have 2 days and 2 hours. We're cutting it pretty close. When it comes to technical analysis, there's a lot of crazy fundamentals happening right now in the world. Obviously, the election year, there's a lot of that to keep in mind as well. But when you look strictly fundamentals, if we are closing below 60,500, I would expect a little bit of a spillover into September, and that's what I've been saying, guys. And really looking towards the later end of September, if we start to spill over into September kind of heavily, then I would say, okay, we're kicking the can down the road a little bit here, guys. When we look over at the monthly chart, this is a very important chart. Monthly candle closure and 1 day and 2 hours, guys. It is also a holiday weekend. Usually a lot of interesting things happen when everybody comes back from holiday weekends. Usually there's some volatility. The question is, will it be up or to the downside? I think a lot of that has to do with the S&P 500. And if people are bearish in selling after they came back home from vacation in August, because August usually tends to be a bearish, slow month where a lot of the big money goes away on vacation. So we'll have to see how this plays out. But in my opinion, we really want to be closing above. Man, it's pretty tight, guys. We want to be closing above 62,000, 63,000 on the monthly candle. And I'm not going to lie. I think that's a little bit of a reach unless some big moves happen this weekend. It's possible, but things are starting to look a little bit bearish. And just because they look a little bearish doesn't mean that the top is in or anything crazy like that. But it does mean that we could be setting up for a longer-term correction. Maybe we trade sideways for a couple more months. Maybe we don't start rallying until November, December, January even, into 2025. That is a possible case, and we need to be paying attention to that. And if that does happen, well, you're probably going to see some boring altcoin movements. I think a lot of the altcoins have been absolutely beaten up to death right now, but altcoins can always drop more, guys. They can always drop more. When it comes to CRO coin, I think that, honestly, it's held up pretty well. It's kind of a stable coin at this point. If we see any more drawdowns on Bitcoin, say if Bitcoin comes down to the bottom end of this channel, say $49,000, maybe even $45,000, $46,000, which would be alarming. I don't expect below $49,000. It is possible, maybe with a quick wick, but 49,000 would be a level I'd be really keeping my eyes open at. And if that were to happen, I think CRO coin probably does break below 0.0830 cent level and probably comes to 6 cents. But I don't see it coming much lower than that. It's a very, very, very heavy support level unless the entire market drops out, if Bitcoin comes down to 30,000. But I don't see that happening. People are getting so bearish right now, and usually when everyone gets bearish and crypto Twitter starts to look like stock Twitter, it usually means that the bottom is in and maybe the chop is coming to an end. So that's something to keep in mind, guys. But if you like this type of content, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, check out those awesome referral links we have down below. A lot of free money. Take advantage of that. That's all I got for you guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye.